Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday in the Hub. It's a special session this evening. We're doing an evening session. And today I'm joined by Volkan İner, who runs a very successful Instagram page. And
Mhm.
he runs a series of Monday night chats with teachers, teacher educators, ELT professionals from all over the world. So thank you very much, Volkan, for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Teresa. It's a really great pleasure to being here and actually invited by you here for the Teachers Hub. It's really nice to be here, and I'm sure that we have a lot to talk tonight. So I'm really excited and waiting and looking forward to, you know, getting your questions.
Fantastic. Well, I guess my first question is really where did the idea for teacher talks come from?
Okay, so actually, let me tell you, Teacher Talks. Oh, Teacher Talks is my baby. Yeah, it's really important for me, these sessions. And where did the idea come from? Before I, the started this the sessions, I've been always dreaming this. Why not? Why not? I really want to make something, useful for the reality world and for myself and for the other reality teachers all around the world. Because I see some people having, the webinars, having, I don't know, live sessions and a lot of things they do it. And I've been dreaming most of the time, but actually, this isn't like some not a good thing to say is when the COVID, started, thanks to COVID. When I say this, people laugh. Thanks to COVID, actually, this is not a nice thing to it. But for me, when the COVID, the started pandemic, actually, let's say, I decided to do this live sessions to do it, and because this is my dream, and that's the best time to do it, the while I'm staying at home,
Mhm.
because we cannot go out, we cannot, they go anywhere else, and there is nothing much to do. So I said I will do this one. I'll, the I really something that I want to do it for a long time, and then suddenly I said, okay, let's get started. And by the way, I was, thinking about the name. Okay, what can be the name? What can be the name? And my wife, she helped me about it. And you can put it the teacher talks. It's a nice. It's something like it's easy to think actually name, but that name didn't come to my mind. But she said you can say teacher talks. It's very, the normal and something maybe we can say kind of a cliche name, but teacher talks, they, but it's okay, nice to, to have it. And
Mhm.
also, this teacher talks like also like I originated a kind of a desire, to create a platform. It's not a platform, but let's say Instagram platform, let's say, for educators to share their insights, experiences, and innovative, sometimes innovative practices with
Mhm.
each other. Because when we talk, lots of ideas comes up, lots of experiences we hear and we listen with from other educators all around the world. And that idea, the stem from kind of recognizing the immense of value in the connecting educators from diverse backgrounds and geographical locations facilitate the collaboration, and especially which is really important for the professional growth. That's also
Mhm.
important. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, oh, and I've been doing also these talks for more than 3 years, I think. Yeah. And so far, I have done 154 sessions with different educators from different part of the world. And by the way, also I had 10 sessions with university students. Yeah. Yeah, 10 sessions with university students, because I kind of gave a break for a couple of weeks
Mhm.
for teacher talks. And I said, why not with the university students? And every week I had also two university students from different universities, and some of them from Turkey, some of them from other countries. That students, language, learning stories we had it, and also like what are they expecting from teachers while they're learning English? What do they want from us as a teachers? What are their expectations? Like how can they learn best? What are
Mm.
their, the techniques that they want to use while the learning new languages like this. And then after 10 sessions, I continue again the teacher talks. And now I have a huge, the huge, how can I say, a huge list of educators from different part of the world, which is awesome. And like this 154 is amazing number.
Yeah,
And it
definitely.
continues. It continues.
I mean, I think what you say about connecting people, that's
Yeah.
such a key thing. And it definitely, like you say, it was thanks to
Uh-huh.
COVID that we discovered this need to connect with people much more, which is
Exactly.
and I mean, you mentioned as well connecting with a really diverse range of teachers and teacher educators from around the world. So how do you make these connections with people?
Yeah, actually, for some people, maybe when they look at first, they think that, oh, it's very easy job to do it. But actually, it's really not. It's not an easy job. It really needs time to do it. Like the connection, the with, educators from all around the world is kind of primarily facilitated through how can I do it? Social media platforms. I try to do it, and professional networks, which is really important, and also outreach efforts. It needs efforts. It's not easy. For example, while people sleeping, I search, That's it. For example, that I look at the time, oh, it's like 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. Most of the people are sleeping right now. But what I'm doing, I'm searching new people. I'm searching new educators. How can I, invite a really inspiring educator to my teacher talk sessions and, the talk new things and learn new experiences. You know,
Mhm,
also by leveraging platforms like look especially Instagram and also LinkedIn is very you know one of the most important the platform that we can reach a lot of people educators
mhm,
from every you can look actually you can find different people from different job sector, not only ELT sectors. It's really huge platform, also Twitter and also educational forums I look, and it becomes the possible to reach out to a wide range of educators globally, and also the partnerships like with educational organizations. I'm a member of TESOL, and I'm a member of INGET, which is a Turkish association, and but it's related with ELT, and also I'm a member of other other associations related to ELT, English language, the teaching, and also the participation in conferences that also really affects to find the people, and
mhm,
events help. This kind of events help you know expanding the network, and also the fostering connections with educators worldwide. Really, it's really great thing to do. I'm really happy to to manage this successfully so far.
mhm. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, similarly for me, in terms of reaching out to people to come and chat in the hub,
Uh-huh.
LinkedIn is such an amazing platform for professional networking. But I mean, obviously you do these live streams on Instagram. What made
Uh-huh.
you choose that as the platform for the teacher talks?
Actually, that there are a lot of platforms that the I could choose, but I wanted to do it through Instagram. This platform to host the sessions for several reasons in my mind. Like first, Instagram, and for me, it provides a visually engaging and a kind of interactive environment, like conducive to sharing ideas and fostering discussions. It's more easier for me. And secondly, it has a large and diverse user base. There are millions of people on Instagram, maybe more than Facebook, more than LinkedIn, definitely, or more than Twitter, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm not sure about Twitter, but definitely more than Facebook and LinkedIn as a really user base, and including many educators who actively engage with educational content, on the platform. There are a lot of platforms on Instagram which is related to education, and
Mhm.
also finally, I can say that Instagram live streaming feature allows for a real-time interaction. Mhm. Real time. At that time, we can have a direct conversation and engagement with the viewers. Okay,
Mhm.
and also making it an ideal platform for hosting, the live discussions and interviews for me. And also, I've been using it Instagram for a long time, and also I really like it. That's why I decided it, and I
Mhm.
chose this one. I could choose different platforms, but I just wanted to do it with Instagram. Maybe in the future I can change the platform with another one. But right now I'm happy with Instagram.
Mhm. I mean, I think you're right. Instagram has, although it originally started as just kind of photo sharing and things, in
Yeah.
terms of education, it really has exploded. There are
Uh-huh.
so many fantastic teachers out there
Definitely.
sharing things through that
Definitely.
platform. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned kind of the joy of connecting with people from
Yeah.
around the world. What else do you enjoy about hosting these teacher talks?
Oh, teacher talks. Okay, let me tell you something about it. Like hosting this teacher talks, you know, uh, brings, how can I say, immense satisfaction and joy in several aspects. Okay, it's really when I talk about it. This is my by the way, this is my first time I'm talking about my teacher talks. No one has invited me for this. You are the first one. Thank you very much one more time. And also, the firstly, I can say that it's incredibly, rewarding, to facilitate like meaningful conversations among, you know, educators and witness the exchange of valuable insights and, the perspectives, and especially the educators that are invited. I admire most some of them really in the ELT world. They're really important people. Like some of them, the pioneer of the ELT world. Some of them are educators, really important in his or her country, or even in my country. I invited a lot of important educators to talk, and also another one is the opportunity to learn, from the experiences and expertise of other educators, like which is enriching, and how can I say, contributes to personal and professional growth.
Mhm.
In By the way, that makes me all happy about it. And I can say that the sense of community and that develops among participants, the fosters or a supportive and collaborative environment. That's also really important, and which is incredibly, fulfilling to be a part of it. And, you know, shortly, let's say, the ability to make a positive impact on the teaching profession and contribute to, collective knowledge and also development of educators is what I enjoy, the most about hosting teacher talks. And also, in every sessions, I learn different things. Every sessions, I can see different people join the sessions to watch, to learn something. And I can also add something there, you know, at the end of the sessions, even if one educator learn one small thing from the sessions, that makes me happy. Really,
Fantastic.
that
I
also
mean,
makes me happy. Yeah.
it's so inspiring talking to you, Volkan, because you obviously have such a passion for it. And I mean, you talk about the educators or people watching, learning something. But to be honest, you prepare these sessions really well. You send through questions in advance. And when you sent me the questions, it really made me think. and reflect on my profession as well. So I learned a lot about myself, I think, in preparation for it too.
Also, yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Teresa. But also another thing is that in teacher talks, the questions that I ask to the every educator, some of them are similar, but some of them are different, personal questions. And in every session, to listen the educators' different experience also make me happy, because every sessions I learn different, the stories, different ideas, different suggestions, different, the different, how can I say, advice to use and to learn to keep in your mind. That's really important also,
Mhm.
right? And also knowing that these videos will be watched by other educators later on, and they will get benefit from that. That's also something you do it, not only for myself, for other people, for other educators, for other, I don't know, teachers who live in other countries.
Mhm.
That's also something that makes me happy about it. Yeah, I
Fantastic.
can say this also
Mhm.
about it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you speak about it with such passion. It's wonderful. Um, Now
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you a question because I'm a little jealous because I know you're just back from TESOL International over in, was it in
Yeah.
Florida?
Yes, you're right. You're
How
right.
was that experience?
Yeah, that was for me. That was my first time attending live in TESOL International Convention in Florida. I actually I have attended the that sessions twice, but during the pandemic I attended, not face to face or in person. That time was my first experience in person, which is awesome, really. And let me give you a little bit, about TESOL. Like most of them, maybe most people who watch this session know about it, like TESOL, which means like teaching English to speaker of other languages. The kind of is an international convention, and English Language Expo is one of the largest gathering of English language teaching professionals in the world. Okay, and another one is ITFL. There's also another convention like TESOL. It typically like features a wide of range of presentations. You can find workshops and exhibitions related to English language teaching and learning, and also the current issues are discussed there, and attendees can learn about the latest trends in research and methodologies and techniques, and also like methodologies in the fields of English language education, and also strategies, and also different stories they also learn there, because and projects. That's also really important, because people the talk about their projects there, which is really
Mhm.
inspiring. And if you are interested, like I can, of course, people interested maybe, and I can tell you more about specific aspects of TESOL International, and or discuss topics related to English language, the learning. Like this TESOL, can I give more information?
Yeah, yeah, please do because
Okay.
I've never actually attended and I only recently joined
Oh,
TESOL International, the association. So yeah, tell
oh,
us more.
awesome. And this TESOL International Convention and English Language Expo is an annual event. It happens every year, and that which brings together educators, researchers, administrators, and professionals from around the globe, like who are passionate about the teaching. That's really important. Passionate, because not everyone they want to come there. You need to have a passion to do it.
Mhm.
Teaching in English to speakers of other languages, and we can talk about more about the what attendees like typically experience about TESOL convention. Like there are educational sessions which I like. This international TESOL International offers a diverse array of educational sessions to us, like including workshops, panel discussions. I really love panel discussions because different people they come and they share their ideas. It's awesome, really. And the research presentations. and keynote speeches. And you can, by the way, you have a chance to see a lot of very important keynote speakers in this TESOL convention. And these sessions like cover wide range of topics, such as how can I let me think about it, like language acquisitions, teaching methodologies, and assessment practices. Technology integrations, like cultural competence and classroom management, and like today's new techniques, and also people stories, educator stories, teachers different perspectives. You can learn it. And another point that I want to say, networking opportunities. It's a huge network area, huge. You can't imagine, you know, how big network I have had over there. And now I have maybe 100, maybe more than 100, a list of educators, that I can invite to my teacher talk sessions in the future. It's really awesome. And one of the key benefits of, I can say, that attending this TESOL, the international, is the opportunity to network. That's really important with colleagues and peers from different part of the world. It gives you a chance. Okay, it kind of, you open a door, a huge door, you know, and these participants can, the exchange some ideas and share best practices and establish professional, the connections uh, that can enrich their teaching practice, and also it helps their career development. That's also, I can
Mhm.
say that. And I want to also talk about a little bit the exhibition hall. I really love that hall. That's really great hall. You can see every, you know, every booth, you can see different distributors that you want to reach, that you want to see. Okay, that's really awesome. It features a kind of bustling exhibition hall where attendees can explore uh-huh, the latest products, services, and resources related to English language teaching and learning. And also, exhibitors here include publishers, educational technology companies, language schools, universities, professional organizations, like offering attendees the chance to discover innovative teaching materials and some softwares. You can find different books over there, and some classroom resources, and sometimes you can even find some, different chocolate companies, and that they also come there. That's really interesting. And also some kind of other distributors also, they join there, because it's kind of an opportunity to make them see your products
Mhm.
there. So that's have a chance to do it in there in the exhibition hall. I should really recommend to go and see exhibition hall in the future. And another one is, we can talk about the research presentations. There are a lot of presentations there that you really can get a lot of benefits. Like this TESOL, again, this convention provides kind of a platform for researchers to
Mhm.
present their latest findings in the field of English language education. They're really, that area, that part, that platform that provides you incredibly chance to present your findings, your research to other people. You don't know them, and they come and you present something to them. That's really awesome. And if they like it, you become more happy. Yeah, you feel really excited there.
Yeah.
And you think that, oh, I can do more. I can do a lot of different researches after that time. And these research presentations, like, they cover a wide range of topics, including uh, linguistics, applied linguistics, and language assessment, curriculum development, and so on. Like, there are a
Mhm.
lot of things, but these are, I think, some of them. Another, and the last one, by the way, okay, I'm gonna make this is the last one. Professional development opportunity. This is also important for me. I realize that this all offers numerous opportunities for professional development, including like pre-convention workshops, certificate programs, special interest groups meeting. This is also important. You can find different special interest groups that which are related. If you're interested in one of them, you go and you become a member of it. That's really nice. And these sessions allows educators us to deepen their knowledge and
Mhm.
acquire new skills, and it also helps us to stay updated on trends and the best practices in ELT world in the field.
Mhm.
Overall, I can say that provides a stimulating and enriching experience for English language teachers, teaching professionals, and fostering collaboration and innovation. That's also important, and excellence in the field of TESOL. I can say that these are also really important. Wow, I talk a lot. Sorry.
No, no, no. But I mean, I think, I've been to conventions, conferences here in Spain with maybe like, I think maximum 600 people. But I mean, TESOL is just enormous. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't imagine attending something on that
you are
scale.
right. You are
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Definitely. I really like it. And that's even if that was my first time to attend. I was really impressed. I don't know
yeah,
when I can make it again because it's not easy. It's not
yeah,
easy, but
yeah.
I did.
But
Thanks
well worth it.
to thanks to how can I say, uh, United States of Department, Educational Department, because they provide this to us, and also FHI 360 they provide us. Yeah, I really appreciate them about this chance for me because it's a kind of a program. It's a kind of an award for us, like TESOL exchange program, which is funded by the US government. So I'm really thankful. I hope
Awesome.
they will choose me again for different program. I was really happy about it. Okay.
Fantastic. And I mean, I think what you were saying as well, obviously, you connect with people from all over the world.
Uh-huh.
Um, Similarly with the teacher talks, you're talking to people from all over the world. And I think sometimes people kind of they think that things aren't relevant, whereas actually what we do a lot as teachers and
Uh-huh.
teacher educators is we pick out the things that we can take back to our context.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like you say, it broadens our perspectives on what's happening around the world. Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
Definitely. I totally agree. I agree with you.
I mean, I was going to ask you about how you keep up to date with what's happening in ELT, but I think you've kind of
Oh
just
yeah.
mentioned kind of research articles and
Yeah,
attending
that you're right.
conferences.
You're right. Yeah, sometimes that the technology is not an easy thing to follow. You can't make it easily because every second something happening in technological field.
Yeah.
But I can say that I continuously the learn from a vast amount of like text data, including like I try to read them books, articles, research papers, and educational resources, websites, and more. Like these extensive allows me to stay up to date with
Mhm.
the latest trends and developments in various fields, like including English language teaching, which is ELT. But I can also say that another aspect that I follow it. For example, reading online resources. Whenever I time, I try to read it regularly. Scan online research such as educational websites, blogs, forums, and news outlets like that cover topics related to ELT. Yeah, sometimes I cannot read all pages, but I can just scan it with important parts. And because sometimes I cannot find time to read everything, but I just scan it because there are some articles like 10 pages or 11 pages, or maybe I don't know, 50 or 100 pages, so it's not easy to
Mm.
read all of them. You just scan it so to get some information. This updates like from organizations like TESOL International, the British Council, and various academic institutions I mentioned, like such as ILTFL or INGET. These are all important resources. And also sometimes I try to analyze some research papers because that every day there are lots of research comes up in the LT world. So you can look at it, you can look these publications, and like in the field of, how can I say, applied linguistics, second language acquisitions, language teaching methodologies or strategies related to areas. These also help me understand the latest technological, sorry, like can I say, theoretical kind of a framework,
Mhm.
and pedagogical approach in reality. This is also important. And also, which one I like it, I really like, the monitoring the social media. You can stay really update by following the social media because a lot of stuff, the over there, you can track discussions, posts, updates on social media platforms. Very healthy professionals and educators, they share insights, resources, experiences, like you, like me, and like other educators who use Instagram or other platforms to share something. And I can give another example like Twitter, LinkedIn, which is really important
Yeah, that's
platform
me.
in this area. Exactly. And professional reality groups also provide some real time, how can I say, information about this to follow. And
Mhm.
also maybe we can follow some journals. These are also important, like to stay update, like TESOL journals, like British Council journals, IATFL journals, like Inget journals, or I don't know, or other platform journals that we can
Mhm.
follow the professional journals, or like American English journals, which is related again, United States of the department. We can also follow this. Great. And also, how can I say that? This another one that I want to say, that like following the industry events, like these are also important to stay up to date. Like there are a
Mhm.
lot of the booksellers, a lot of like Oxford, like Oxford University Press, like Cambridge University Press, or LE, or maybe there are a lot of like Pearson. I'm just telling names. I hope it's not a problem to giving a names here, but these are some, the distributors, and
Mhm.
they are really huge about this field, and they have a lot of things to do. And like also this information is about not the events, like I just mentioned, like TISL International Convention, Expo, and ITFL, which is International Association of Teachers of English as a Foreign Language. Okay, and also other industry events also help
Mhm.
us to follow it. And by like employing these things and like using these things and following these things, I strive to provide users with the accurate and relevant, and probably they stay up to date information assistance in the field of English language teaching. That's
Mhm.
also important, to stay update, because it's not easy. If you want to stay update and not stay behind from a lot of things, we should really do something.
Mhm. I mean, I think as well with so much being available online now,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just incredible. Although still, I find a lot of journals might be available to universities rather than just kind of your everyday teacher. Um, but you do find that then people on LinkedIn and on other platforms, they've read it and they'll share their kind of key takeaways. So I think
Definitely.
even if you can't read the whole article or whatever, if there's somebody that you're connected with
Uh-huh.
whose opinion you value, then you can kind of learn a lot from their insights into what they've read as well. Mhm.
Uh-huh. I
Yeah.
got it. Wonderful.
Right. Now then, I mentioned
Yeah.
before that you often, when you prepare your teacher talks, you send through some wonderfully creative questions. So I've got some, and I'm going to throw them back to you
All
now.
right.
So,
Send
okay,
me.
what
Good.
are the most important qualities and skills a successful English teacher should possess?
Wow. That's a hard question, but I have some couple answers for you. Like, the successful English language teachers, the possess a kind of combination for me, a combination of qualities and, the skills that enable them. to effectively facilitate language learning and support their students' progress. And I can talk about some important, the qualities and skills in this like area. Like the first one is, which is important, language proficiency. That's really important. And a strong command of English language is essential, I think, for effective communication and interaction. And teachers should be proficient in speaking, listening, reading, and writing in English because we are a model uh-huh, language users and provide accurate feedback for the students. So we need to be careful. Of course, sometimes we also make mistakes. That's not a problem while we speak, when we talk to our students. But we should be careful. We should make mistakes, but at a minimum mistakes for us because we are model. Sometimes some mistakes are not acceptable, but sometimes we can say, okay, these mistakes are fine for us, but some of them no. We can say that. And also, this that the teachers, how can I say, something related with cultural competence also important for me. Like understanding and respecting cultural differences is crucial for creating an inclusive and supportive learning environment because we teach in the classroom, and in that classroom there are different students that may we don't know about them. Maybe one student is from, let's say, the USA, and one student is from Turkey, and one student is from, I don't know, Iraq, or one student is from Syria, so one student is from, I don't know, anywhere else, Mexico. So we need to be careful about them while we're doing this. uh Like we should be culturally sensitive, like open-minded, and able to adapt their teaching approach to meet the needs of diverse learners. That's important. These are just an example, of course, my ideas. They are not 100% true, but I just give some ideas. And another important thing, I can say that pedagogical knowledge also important for us, for teachers, like a solid understanding of language acquisition theories. That's important, like teaching methodology and instructional strategies. We can talk about it. Like they should be familiar with communicative language teaching, like task-based learning, we can say, learner-centered approaches, we can say, and some other approach in language education. I can say that. And what I can say, another point is, which is really important, creativity. Creativity is,
The
I can
creative.
say, yeah, creating thing is really important for educators, for us, for teachers. We should be creative. In how can I say, incorporating this creativity, into lesson planning and classroom activities, like can enhance students' engagement and motivation. We need to be arrange this creativity, put this creativity in our lessons. So teachers should also be able to develop innovative and interactive learning experiences, which stimulates students' interest and encourage active participations. Okay, if we are creative, also the students become more creative in the
Yeah.
classroom. So we need to be careful about it. And can I say a couple more?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So just one or two more I would like to add, which I really like it. If you're an educator, if you're a teacher, you should be patience and empathy. That's really important because sometimes students, they push you a lot about something. So that's why you should be really patient. Language learning, like learning a new language, can be really challenging and sometimes frustrating process. Not easy. Now, teachers, they should demonstrate patience, okay, and understanding and empathy towards their students, like providing encouragement and support as they like navigate their language learning journey, because there are some students maybe push you a lot that you explain one grammar topic that give you maybe 5 times, but again they say, "Oh, teacher, can you explain me again?" So you cannot say, "Oh no," no, and you need to explain it again. Otherwise, it can be a problem. All
Mhm.
right. So another one is I can say that continuous professional development. I always say this one: if you stop learning, you stop teaching.
Mhm.
So that's really I really like to say this. If you stop learning, you stop teaching because we are teachers. We cannot stop learning. We learn, we teach. That's my idea. Successful language teachers are always, committed to lifelong learning and professional growth. We cannot stop learning. If you
Yep.
want to stop learning, get get retired and go home. That's what you can
Well,
do. Oh,
if only we
and
had enough money to retire.
yeah. That you're right, always with enough money. And then teachers actively like seek out the opportunities for professional development, and such as like attending conferences, workshops, training sessions to stay updated on the best practices. They have to follow it. And also, I can only say one more and final thing: the passion for teaching and learning. I just mentioned it. We we should be passionate to do this job. Successful language teachers are, the passionate about teaching, should be passionate about teaching and genuinely interested in their students' learning outcome. The outcome's really important. If you see a good results, wow, you say you want to do more. They are really dedicated to their professions. These teachers should be like enthusiastic about the sharing their knowledge and expertise, and also committed to helping the students achieve their language learning goals. These really important things. Okay, I stop now. That's all
I,
about this.
I'm going to frame some of those quotes, I think, there, Volkan, because you're absolutely right. I mean, particularly around the
Thank you.
passion and the need for continual professional development. I mean, that's what the hub is about. That's what your teacher talks are about as well.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. I can say that. Really.
You,
We should be really the the passion. If we lose that passion, there's a problem. We
And
uh-huh.
well, I was going to say, you mentioned kind of learner-centeredness as being quite an
Of course.
important quality for teachers to develop. What strategies would you suggest for teachers who kind of go, "Well, how do I bring that? How do I make my
Yeah.
classroom learner-centered?"
It's really nice questions. The sometimes I face also difficulties to create a learner-centered classrooms as an experienced teacher because it's not easy to do it. And especially for the new teachers, the new
Mhm.
beginners. That's also sometimes face with difficulties in creating this environment, learner-centered classroom. But it's kind of the creating this environment. I can say that in the classroom is essential. For fostering student engagement, motivation, and autonomy in the language
Mhm.
learning process. This is really important. Autonomy, and I can. Oops, sorry. And I can tell you some strategies about it. How can we make it? We can, but the first thing that we should establish or set clear and understandable learning objectives. That's important, which means we need to begin each lesson by clearly starting the learning objectives and outcomes. The students should understand what are they going to learn today,
Mhm.
okay? Or what are our objectives today? And another one is promote student autonomy, which is crucial, which is really important. And it's not easy to create a student's autonomy. Sometimes we need to be careful about it. But if we create this, wow, and the rest comes. Like encourage students to take ownership of their learning by involving them in decision making process. We can make it like such as selecting topics for projects or choosing learning activities, but these are just examples that what I'm telling. And for this examples can be different from person to person. This is just my ideas, we can say this. And also another one is differentiate instruction. This is really important because every student every student learns differently.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot, for example, you have a worksheet in your hand. Okay, this worksheet is suitable for student A, but that worksheet is not suitable for student B. You need to adapt it. Okay, we need to recognize that the students have diverse learning styles, preferences, and abilities. Differentiate instruction like by offering a variety of learning activities and resources that the cater to individual needs and interests. We can
Mm-hmm.
do like this. And how can we say we can this like we can provide this options for the students to demonstrate their understanding like through various the formats. For example, uh, written assignments can be, presentations can be, and multimedia projects can be, or some discussions can be. I don't know. You can
Mm-hmm.
get more examples. And I can also say another uh which what can it be? Ah, okay. Time and feedback is important also here. Time and feedback. Like you need to provide timely and constructive feedback to the students to create this. And timely and constructive feedback that focus on students' strengths, areas for improvements, and progress like towards learning goals. That's important. Like encourage self-reflection by asking students to assess their own work and set
Mm-hmm.
goals for future learning. We can say this. And I think these are all I think I for me now because I can give you more examples, but this list can be go very long and it takes really time. So I think these are enough, just 5 examples to
Yeah.
these strategies. And also we can see this by implementing these strategies, and the teacher can create a learner-centered classroom like that empowers students to actively participate in
Mm-hmm.
their own learning and achieve success in their language learning journey.
Mm-hmm. I think you're absolutely right about making them a bigger part of the process, offering
Definitely.
them those choices, getting them to become more autonomous in their learning. Yep, I mean, so much about education has changed since
Uh-huh.
I was at school, and I think we're definitely making moves towards creating better
Yeah,
learners in the classroom.
definitely.
Hmm.
Definitely. And these are just ideas, of course. As I mentioned, like these ideas or suggestions, you know, can be different for other educators, but these are my ideas.
You mentioned that obviously this is quite difficult, particularly for new
Uh-huh.
teachers. What other advice would you have to new or aspiring teachers who are just starting out?
Ah, all right. So I can give, being a teacher is not a job to do it sometimes, but when you really love it, you cannot get rid of it. It's really fantastic job to do it. You feel it. You need to feel the job. You need to feel that, okay, I said job, but actually you should not see this being a teacher is not be doing a job, something different for me, something else. You need to feel it. You need to leave that feeling with your students. when you teach them something, when you see that, the light in their eyes. And also I can give more examples, like the new teachers can invest their own learning, like continuously they can seek opportunities to enhance their, the knowledge and skills in language teaching, like attend workshops, conferences, and training sessions to, to improve themselves. And I know a lot of teachers that they have just, the new teachers, they just don't want to do anything. They just go classroom and teach something
Mhm.
and they go home. They don't want to attend any workshops. They don't want to, to watch any webinars. They don't want to, to create something. They don't want to be. They just want to go classroom, teach, and go home. Classroom and home. That's it. Between these two places, classroom
Mhm.
and home. Nothing else. This is not nice, but also there are a lot of teachers who they are very passionate and very open-minded, and they want to learn, like you and me. It's just an example. And there are a lot of, the people. Actually, we are also young. I feel young still. About not like just I feel just like, the starting my job new. I'm a new
Mhm.
teacher. We should feel like that. If you feel, okay, now I'm an old, but it's the time to retire. If you think that it's not, you should definitely go and do another
Mhm.
job. You never think this. Okay, and I can also give another advice suggestion for new teachers. Go and observe experienced teachers. That's really important. That's not a bad thing to do. You can go and observe, and you can learn from the experienced teacher all the time. Okay, but sometimes experienced teachers also can make negative things during the classrooms, but don't take them. Take the good ones. Take the things that you don't know in from their lessons. Even we have experienced teachers during the classrooms. Sometimes, the we also, the make mistakes or do some things that we really don't want to do at that time, but we do. Anyway, the new teachers, go and observe them and ask. Don't hesitate to ask. Don't hesitate to go and observe. Observing is not like that. And don't think that when you go and observe an experienced teacher, don't think this, oh, I'm gonna observe him, and now he is going to, or she is going to think that, she is coming to check me, what
Mm.
I am doing. No, it's not like that. For example, a new teacher, if he or she come to my classroom to observe me, I become happy because she or he wants to learn something, wants to see how I'm doing in the classroom, what I am doing in the classroom. This is really important. They can
Yeah.
take the advantage of opportunities to observe experienced teachers in action.
Mhm. Yeah.
And network, building a supportive network. This is important. You need to, improve your network. You know, that's important. They can surround themselves with supportive colleagues, mentors, and peers who can offer guidance, encouragement, and advice as you embark, on their teaching journey. Okay, take the good examples, not the bad examples, and be always, the near with the good ones,
Mhm.
not bad ones. All right, because sometimes, the new new teachers, or I don't know, the new, like let's can say, in every job this can be happen. They sometimes take the bad examples for themselves, not the
Mhm.
good ones sometimes. But my advice is always, you know follow the good ones,
Yeah.
because if you follow the good ones, you definitely win at the end.
That's it. I mean, I think, like you say, observing experienced teachers, they might have some bad habits, or they might do something in that lesson that they
Yeah,
wouldn't
exactly.
normally do, but just building in reflection and thinking about what that new teacher observed, and then take away the things that they think would work in their own classes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing? I don't know when do we still have time?
Yeah. We've got no time
All
limit.
right. Okay. So I can say only set realistic expectations. This is also another important point. Realistic expectations. Like setting this realistic goals or expectations, I think, for themselves or for their students. That's really important. Like recognize the language learning is a gradual process, step by step, that takes time and effort. Oh, I wish when I could do this and all my students learn the language. Like, ding. But nothing happened like this. When you do this, no, impossible. And we need to encourage persistence and resilience and a growth mindset, which is, I really like it, among their students, like emphasizing progress over perfection. And one last thing I can say, stay passionate and inspired. That's it.
Fantastic. There are so many moments when I just want to do the
Yeah.
kind of the heart symbol in this chat, Volkan.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you mentioned, students being able to learn something like that, which obviously, if they did, we would all be out of a job. So I'm guessing that that's not like the best superpower to have in the classroom. But one of the
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
that you ask is, if you could have one superpower in the classroom, what would it be?
Oh, this is really hard questions, but I have an answer. If I could one superpower in the classroom, like it would be the ability to instantly understand and address each student's individual learning needs and
Mm,
preferences. That can be nice one if I could do that.
yeah.
And at that time, quickly you learn all of them. And this superpower like would enable me to tailor my teaching approach, materials, and activities to suit each student's unique learning style, interests, I can say, and ability to learn. We can say this and effectively also. And also, I can say that another one I want to share about this superpower to seems adapt in how can I say instructional content and teaching methodologies in real time based on immediate feedback from students. That's also really important to get an immediate feedback, the instant feedback from the students and follow in that way. Okay, and finally, I can say this superpower probably would revolutionize the teaching experience and allowing me to, you know, empower each student to reach, how can I say, their full potential, okay, while fostering a sense of belonging, collaboration, and a lifelong learning in the classroom. This can help. I think that can be the superpower. I don't know if you like it or not, but that's
Yeah,
instant
definitely.
understand and address each student's individual learning
Yeah.
and needs.
I mean, like I say, as well as the heart, there's been so many fantastic quotes coming from you during this session. But my final question, and it's another question that you've
Wow.
you've asked to your teacher talk participants. What's your motto?
Oh, actually, sorry again for this one. Uh, oh, now okay. I have two. I have two. The first one is learn, adapt, inspire. I can say this. And empowering minds, shaping futures. We can say this. This is also a nice one. This one, encapsulates the idea of continuous learning, uh-huh, and adaptability to change, because we need to change, and the transformative power of education. That's really important. And in shaping individuals and communities for a brighter future. We can say this. This is important, and I really like it. And another one is maybe this is something I always say this: what goes around comes around. This is also another one I can say. Often, implies the concept of karma, all right,
Mhm.
or the idea that consequences of one's action. If you do good things, you will face good things. But if you do bad things, you will face bad things again. Like whether in the positive or negative actions will eventually return to them, return
Mhm.
to us. If I do bad things to someone else, probably other people will do the bad things to me. That's
Yep.
interesting. But this suggests that our actions have, how can I say, repercussions. The energy we put out into the world will eventually find its way to back to us in some form. We can say this one. And also, I can only say that uh, this words like this actually the motto, what goes around comes around, we can say this serve as a reminder to act with mindfulness. We can say this integrity and kindness. This is really important. And knowing also that our actions have the power to affect or influence our own lives and the lives of other people or others, we can say this. And that's all.
Wow. This has been such an inspirational chat, Volkan. I
No,
mean, I'm so glad that you
I'm happy
decided to
that you
come
like
along.
it.
Yeah, I mean, because you, like you say, you've done 154 of these teacher talks, and it's
Exactly.
just wonderful to hear your perspectives
Uh-huh.
and to talk to the man behind the teacher talks.
It's really,
Yeah, just your passion for education just really shines through in everything that you're saying, which is
thank you.
absolutely wonderful.
Thank you
Hmm.
very much. Thank you very much, Teresa. Really, these passion makes me these things and make
Hmm.
the talks like this. If I lose my passion, probably I wouldn't do these things now.
Hmm.
Hmm. So I don't know. Thank you, thank you. I just want to say thank you for listening. I hope I hope you had a fruitful sessions.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. I mean, just, yeah, like I say, big hearts and lots of
Thank you,
quotes coming through. Fantastic.
thank
Well,
you.
I'll share a link to Volkan's Instagram and also his YouTube channel in the comments, so do check that out. Monday nights, Monday nights in Europe,
Uh huh.
for his teacher talks. And if you've got any comments, any questions, feel free to pop them next to the video as well. So thank you again, Volkan, for taking the time to come along to chat to us, and
You're
enjoy the rest
welcome.
of your day and your
Thank
week.
you, thank you, thank you very much for this chance, Teresa. That's really made me happy, and I'm really happy to have this conversation with you. I hope this conversation will be useful for you and for the people or educators who will listen and watch later. And I always finish my sessions like, if you remember that, uh, and wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And until the next time, take care of yourselves and peace.